Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something maybe overlooked, but really critical for serious RC builders, when you're putting together those high-end Tamiya or Kyosho kits.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about side nippers, or sprue cutters, some call them.
Exactly. And specifically, why does one pair cost, say, 10 bucks, while another is 50 or more? It seems like a simple tool, but it actually dictates the final quality,
Yeah.
especially with those engineering plastics like ABS.
It really does. It gets down to the mechanics. The core question is, why does just, pinching a part off the sprue often leave that horrible white stress mark? What's actually happening?
That chalky mark, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the signal something's wrong. And usually that happens with the traditional double blade nippers.
As most people start with.
Right. They have two beveled blades that meet, and they essentially force the plastic apart. It's more of a wedging action.
And that wedge creates a lot of compressive stress. The plastic gets crushed before it actually separates. That's where you get that nub sticking out. And, crucially, those stress marks. It's damaging the polymer structure.
Okay, so pinching is bad. It causes damage. What's the design fix? How do you avoid that?
Well, you shift to a single blade nipper. This is the more advanced design.
How does that work differently?
Okay, so you have one blade that's incredibly sharp and perfectly flat. It closes against a stationary blunt jaw. We call it the anvil.
Ah, okay. So it's not two blades meeting.
No, not pinching. It's a true shearing motion. Think of like a really sharp chef's knife slicing cleanly through something dense. No crushing.
And people who use them say it's different, like cutting butter.
That's the common description, yeah. It's smooth.
Yeah.
Because there's hardly any compression, you dramatically reduce or even eliminate those stress marks. Parts look cleaner right off the sprue, less sanding needed.
Sounds perfect. So why doesn't everyone just use those? There must be a catch.
There is. It's metallurgy, basically.
Yeah.
To get that extreme sharpness, the steel has to be very, very hard. Think premium cutters like the God Hand SPN 120. They use special steel hardened way up on the Rockwell scale, like HRC 58 or even higher.
HRC 58, that's seriously hard steel.
Extremely hard, which means it holds a razor edge, but it also means it's brittle. Very brittle. These are delicate tools. You chip them easily if you misuse them or, say, try to cut a really thick piece of sprue runner.
Okay, so the tool that gives the best finish is also the easiest to break. That's a problem.
It is. And that's why serious builders don't just rely on one tool. They use what's often called the two-nipper philosophy.
Two nippers, so use them together.
Exactly. It's a two-step process, really. Complementary tools.
All right, walk us through it. Step one.
Cut one is liberation. You take a sturdy, durable double-blade nipper, something like a Tamiya 74123 or a Juron 2175 ET is a good example. Use that to cut the part off the main sprue frame, but leave a little nub, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters.
Ah, so you're not cutting flush yet. You leave a buffer.
Right. That first cut, with the robust tool, takes the main stress. It protects your delicate finisher.
Okay, makes sense. Then cut two is the finishing cut.
Precisely. Now you bring in your precision single-blade nipper, like maybe a DSPIE SDA 3.0. They tend to be a bit more durable than the God Hands. You place its flat anvil side flush against the part itself.
Well, right up against the part surface.
Yes. And then you just slice off that remaining little nub. Clean, flush, minimal stress. You get the best of both worlds. Speed and safety from the workhorse, perfect finish from the specialist.
That makes a lot of sense. Use the right tool for the right job. In sequence.
And for RC builders, there's a specific warning. When you're dealing with those really thick, tough parts like chassis components or suspension arms made of ABS or that glass-filled nylon.
Yeah, the structural stuff.
Stick with your durable double blades for that first liberation cut. Don't risk your expensive single blade on that kind of thickness and material toughness.
Good point. And one absolutely critical note. Side nippers, any kind, single or double blade, should never be used on the flexible polycarbonate bodies. The Lexan shells.
They're absolutely not. That material just tears and stresses badly with nippers.
Right. For Lexan, you need proper curved Lexan scissors, or you use the score and snap method with a hobby knife for straight lines. Different material, different tools.
So if you're looking for that sweet spot, that kind of pragmatic pro setup, we often recommend pairing a robust workhorse like the Juron 2175 ET with a solid finisher like the DSPIE STA 3.0. It gives you near-perfect results without maybe the extreme fragility of the absolute top-tier cutters, better longevity.
So it really hammers home that the quality of your build can depend directly on the metallurgy of your cutting edge. And the sources emphasize care too, oiling the blades, using the protective caps to maintain that HRC 58 plus hardness and edge.
Definitely. Maintenance matters.
Which leads to a final thought. If the hardness and care of your nippers directly impact your model's quality, what other common hobby tool are you maybe neglecting? Think about something like, say, your airbrush nozzle. It relies on incredibly fine, hard metal tolerances, too. Are we maintaining those tools to their specific metallurgical needs? Something to chew on.